Okay, this is Henry Park, Prelim paper 2022, paper 2. Now, this is how everyone scored. So look at question 5. Question 5, okay, the paper review. Question 5, okay, that question is a bit 59% got wrong. I actually expect more to get this question wrong. So those who get it, I mean, 59% is a high number, but I was expecting more because this question is quite difficult. Let me see how I manage my volume here. Okay, let's talk about question number 6. Question number 6. This is proportion transfer with a difference. We have done this gazillion times. So the 59%, basically 60% of you got this wrong. This is unacceptable. Please go and look at week 8. Go back and look at your week 8 worksheet. FDRP, I don't know what number, week 8. We have done this so many times now. Question 6. And this is a simple question. If you have revised your work, okay, go revise it. Question number 8, let's see. Okay, this one, okay, 59%, I can understand those who get it wrong. Question 12B. Okay, question 12B is not difficult. Honestly, this is not a difficult question. I'll show you why, okay? Question 14. Okay, question 14. I think in the previous two paper, one of the paper, I think maybe set 1 or set 2, right? I've explained to this group, every one of you, how to do volume question that has 2 container and water pouring into it. Hey, y'all please pay attention. Oh. This is the same question. Just that the figure look a little bit different. We want a little bit L shape, but it's exactly the same. There's nothing difficult about this paper. I mean this question. So please, it is taught in class, and it is also taught in the last one of the, I think one of the, I did the first one or second paper. They have just done. Okay. So getting question 14 wrong, and 82% of you got it wrong, is unacceptable, really, seriously. Let's look at question 15B. Okay, 15B is not difficult, it's just tedious, okay? You must have the grit to complete the question properly. Question 16B, okay, is B1. Is it B1 that you got wrong? Okay, maybe you didn't see it. It's not difficult. Okay, 17C, 71%. This is one of the easiest pattern. Okay, I will show you why. Okay, you have to revise your work, you know. Nobody, you have already know everything, and you have been taught everything. All you need to do is revise them. It's keep doing question is helpful, but what is more important, go and revise and look through those questions you have done wrong before. Okay, now we shall begin our lesson. Where is my paper? Okay, let's look at this first question. Question number 1. I'm going to do this. Okay, Ahmad had a sum of only buy 10 notebooks and with all the money he had. So let's draw a model. These represent all of Ahmad's money. Okay, let me remove the notation. Okay, so this all of Ahmad's money, I record it as a bar. And this whole bar, which is his money, he can buy only right? Now, this is the new scenario. In the new scenario, no change. His money is still this. Okay, this is still his money. But in this new scenario, he's only going to buy 6 notebooks. So 6 notebooks is somewhere here. And 4 pens. Somewhere here. Okay, 4 pens. And he said that he got $2.40 left. So this little box is $2.40. Got it? Okay, the question says each pen costs 80 cents. So therefore, I can calculate the value of these 4 pens. So 4 pens has a value of 4 multiplied by this one, 80 cents. I will get $3.20. So this is $3.20. So this portion will be equal to $3.20 plus $2.40, and that gives you $5.60, which is equal to 4 notebooks, equivalent to 4 notebooks. So one notebook will have a value of $5.60 divided by $1 and divided by 4. Divided by 4. Okay, because this value is equivalent to 4 notebooks. So divided by 4, you get a value of 1 notebook. This is a unitary method. You always find 1 first before you find everything. The question is asking for how much money Ahmad had at first. At first means everything. The value of 10 notebooks. So 10 multiplied by the price of 1 notebook gives you $14. So this is the answer. Okay, now question number 2. So the bar below shows the amount of money ABC clothing store earned from Monday to Thursday. Okay, I am going to push this up and clear this. We'll push this up. Okay, so first, with any bar chart or graphs, you identify the value of each bar. So this is 200, 400, 600, right? Okay, let's count how many intervals are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intervals. So 200, each interval will be 200 by 5.
I'm trying to do this on my code.
Oh, please mute yourself. No question. 200 divided by 5. Yeah. 200 divided by 5 is 40. So each interval is 40. Yeah. Okay. So this bar, this Thursday, is 200 plus 2 interval. Each interval is 40, so it's 280. Got it? Now, Wednesday is 600 plus 1 interval. So 640. That's how you can see how I do it. Okay, then this is next is Tuesday. Tuesday is 200 plus how many interval? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4, 160. So it's 200 plus 160 is 360. Are you following? Yourself, if you are not talking, please.
Mega play.
Hello? If you are not muting yourself, I'm going to kick you out. So this is 400. Monday, 400 plus 1, 2, 3 interval is 400.
It's happening Friday. Are you serious? Shit, I forgot to change.
Okay. I'm serious. If you want to ask question, please ask via chat. And then you can ask a question verbally, is fine. But you're on the background making noises and not asking questions, then I have to kick you out, okay? Because you're disturbing the rest of the class. Okay, back to this question. Monday, you have 400 plus how many interval? 1, 2, 3. 400 plus 3 is 40 times 3, and that will give you 120. 300 plus 400 plus 120 is 520. So this is how you get your this is how what you should do. The first step is to populate your bar chart. Don't skip that step, please. Don't skip that step. You do not during the when you're doing the question, right? Use your eyes and calculate, and then and the worst thing to do is calculate and don't put the value onto the graph. If you have already calculated the value, just put it onto the graph so that it helps you, right? I notice a lot of students just calculate and then they know it's 280, but they don't write it down. Okay, so make an effort. What is the average amount of money ABC clothing store earn from Monday to Thursday? It's very simple. Average means total divided by number of days, right? So total will be 280 for Thursday plus Wednesday, 640 plus 360 plus 520. Total is 1800. So average will be 1800 divided by 4 days. And then the answer is 450. Let's go with question. Let me see any question. Okay, if you have a question, put in your chat or you can speak up. Okay. Next, we clear this. So the figure below shows a right angle triangle and a semicircle of radius 14 centimeter. Radius 14 centimeter. Be careful, it's radius, not diameter. Use the calculator value of pi to find the parameter of the figure. Round your answer to 2 decimal place. So when the question says use the calculator value of pi, in your workings, do not expand out the pi. Work with pi like a unit. Only at the very last step, then you expand out the value of pi. Okay? Now let's do this question. The question says the radius is 14. Be careful, it's radius. Let's find the diameter. Diameter will be equal to 14 times 2, 28. Okay? Now the question says, find the parameter of the figure. The parameter of figure consists of this. Okay, this is the parameter. This portion, the semicircle, plus this, plus this, plus this, and this. Okay. So this is the parameter of figure we're looking at. So the first thing we want to find is this. Okay, this curved side of a semicircle. There will be the entire circle has a circumference of pi times diameter. Okay, so it's pi times diameter. But because you only want the curved side of a semicircle, you times half. And 14 pi will be equal to this. Okay, this will be 14 pi. Okay. Now, how do you find this and this? Okay, we know diameter is 28, right? If I minus away 15, what I left will be these two sides. So 13 is these two sides. So the parameter of the figure will be 14 pi, which is the curve of the semicircle, plus 13, which is these two sides, and plus 25, plus 20 total 14 pi plus 58. Okay, this is the last step, all right? Because it's done already. You can now then you expand your pi. Use your calculator to expand your pi. You get 101 approximate 101.9. They wanted 2 decimal place, right? You compute in 3 decimal place and then you check your third decimal place. Is it 5 or more? If it is 5 or more, you need to round up the second decimal place. Okay. Since it is not, then you can drop it. Answer is 101.98. So remember, if the question asks for 2 decimal place, you work to 3 decimal place and assess based on the third decimal place. See whether your second decimal place need to round up or drop off. Drop off the third decimal place, okay? So answer is 101.98. Okay, now let's look at question number 4. Question number 4 is it looks like most of you got this right, and it's a very common trick, which is good. You all didn't get tricked. Okay, the common trick is this, right? Let me tell you what's the trick. Those who got it wrong. So you see, they'll tell you this is equilateral triangle, and they'll tell you this is a square. There's 2 things here. So these are the sides that are equal, right? And because this is an equilateral triangle, this is also equal to this. So suddenly, or not suddenly, this become an isosceles triangle. See that? And to be able to see this isosceles triangle, you need to mark your diagram. Okay? If you were plain, for example, if you just read the question equilateral and then square, and you try to solve this, it's going to be difficult for you to identify there's an isosceles triangle. Right? So make effort, don't be lazy, mark your diagram. Equilateral triangle, mark it. Square, mark it. Now you can see isosceles triangle, right? These 2 angles are equal. Okay? So okay, this is the question. QPT is where? QPT, okay, they're looking for this angle, this angle. Okay, now, which angle would you be able to find? Equilateral triangle, 60 degrees. Angles are the same, right? Next, this is a right angle, right? Because it's a square, I can find this angle. So this angle is 90 degrees minus 60 degrees. So this is 30 degrees. Now I can find this angle. This is the base angle of the isosceles triangle. And they are equal. 180 minus 30 degrees. Because they are equal, the 2 base angles are equal. I divide it by 2. I'll get 1 of the base angle, which is 75 degrees. So this is 75 degrees. Now I can find angle QPT, which is this angle. This angle will be equal to 90 degrees minus 75 degrees. That will give you 15 degrees. What? Okay, got good. Let's continue with the next question. Okay, question number 5 is quite difficult. I would say. Those who got this right, give yourself, you are good. Okay, you can get question 5 right, you are good. It's not easy. It took me a while to solve it. Okay, now question number 5. Now, in this figure, UVWX is a parallelogram. XYZ, see any question? Any big question? Okay, no question. Okay, so UVWX is a parallelogram. XYZ is an isosceles triangle. Okay, let's mark this first. UVWX is a parallelogram. So this is parallel to this. This is parallel to this. Okay. And XYZ is isosceles triangle, where XY is equal to XZ. So this is equal. So U, X, Y, and W, X, Z are straight line. Find and the sum of X, Y, Z, X. Y, Z, X is this angle. And XWV, XWV. These two angles add up to 147. Okay? Let me use a different color pen. So this angle plus this angle YZX plus angle XWV is equal to 147 degree. Okay, this angle. Okay. Now, this angle is equal to this angle, right? This is opposite, opposite angles, or you call it X. They are equal, right? So, can I say that? Do you know that, okay, in a parallelogram, okay, I'll repeat this. In a parallelogram, the internal angle of a parallelograms will add up to 180 degrees. You can call it a C, you call it a U, but officially it's internal angle of parallelogram add up to 180 degrees, meaning these two angles add up to 180 degrees. Okay? So this angle, W, angle W, sorry, let me use a better, okay. Angle, this angle, angle VWX is equal to 180 degrees minus angle WXU. So because these two angles are equal, add up 180 degrees, right? 180 degrees minus this angle, I will get this angle. Or the other way, 180 minus this angle, I will get this angle. Okay, let me clean up a bit. So this angle being equal to this angle, 180 degrees. So this angle minus this angle YXZ will be equal to these two angles add up together. Correct. If I call this angle 1U, this will be equal to 2U. One more time. 180 degrees. These three angles, let me use a different color pen. These three angles add up to 180 degrees. Right? If I use 180 degrees minus this angle, what I will have is these two angles. And they are equal because it is the base angle of an isosceles triangle. So if I use 180 degrees minus this angle, and I name each of these as 1U, then I can say 180 degrees minus this angle is equal to 2U. Okay? And if I use 180 degrees minus this angle, these two angles add up to 180 degrees also, right? If I use 180 degrees minus this angle, I should also get 2U because this angle is equal to this angle. Any question? One more time, huh? I'll repeat one more time. this angle is equal to this angle, right? If I use 180 degrees minus this angle, I get 2u. If I use 180 degrees minus this angle, I should get this angle as well. And then, therefore, this angle should also be equal to 2u. Make sense? Any question? If not, I'm going to move on. Okay? Now, so this angle is 2u. So I'm going to clean this up. So this angle is 2u, and this angle is 1u, right? And these two is equal. The question says, yzx, which is this angle, plus xwv, which is this angle, is equal to 147. Therefore, 1u plus 2u, which is 3u, is equal to 147 degrees. 1u will be equal to 147 degrees divided by 3, you get 49 degrees. Find angle UVW. UVW. So, very easy. I find this angle first. 2 times 49, I get 98 degrees. Angle inside a parallel line add up to 180. So 180 minus, this is 98. I get 82 degrees. So this is 82 degrees. Answer is 82. Any question? Good.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I did 147 times 2 equals to 294.
147 times 2.
Yeah.
Why? Do you use 147 times 2?
So that I could find angle VWX plus angle VUX. And also
147 is XYZ. Let me clear this out. This is XYZ, YZX, YZX, and this angle, all right? You multiply by 2 because you want to find which two angle?
XYZ,
X, Y, Z, okay?
VUX,
X, and this angle.
XUV.
Okay. So 147 times 2, you get these 4 angles.
Yeah. And then I did 360 plus 180 to find the total area of the parallelogram and the triangle.
So repeat 147 times 2, what do you get this 4 angle, and what's your next step?
294.
294.
Yeah.
And then okay, what's your next step?
360 plus 180 equals to 540.
Okay.
And then I did 540 minus 294
540 minus 294
equals to 246.
UV 540 minus 294
Yeah, equals to 246.
divided by 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that also.
Okay.
That is workable also.
Okay.
Let's continue with anybody do a different question. Let's continue the next question. Question number 6. Okay, this question is we did it week 8. Go and check your week 8. We did this question and week 8 is the first time we expose you to this kind of question. Now, this is a proportion transfer question that begin with a difference. So this is what I meant by picking the difference. 432 bits more than city. So whenever there's a difference in quantity, you need to draw a model. Okay? You need to draw a model whenever there's a difference. So I'm going to draw a model to solve this. So Jane compared to city, Jane has 432 more, right? So I'm going to draw Jane as 432 more than city. Okay. Now, after Jane gives away 1/4, so you notice I split Jane in two portions. One portion over here has a value. One portion over here, and this portion is the same as this. What city have? Okay. I will need to remove 1/4 of Jane's bits. So 1/4 meaning I'm going to take out 1/4 of 432, 1/4 times 432. That gives me 108. And what's left for this portion? Before 32 minus 108, I am left with 324. So this 324. Don't forget, there's still one more portion for Jane. I will have to split that into 4 parts, and then I'll remove this. Okay, that's Jane. Now let's look at city. City give away 5/8, meaning city's bits has to be divided into 8 parts. And she gave away 5/8. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. Now, you compare Jane and city. Okay, if you compare, this is the common base. All right, this part is common. Jane has 4 parts. City has 8 parts. So the lowest common multiple of 4 and 8 is 8. So let's make this 8 units. So each of these will be 2 units. So each of these will be 1 unit. Okay? Let's continue. So after Jane and City give away their bits, we need to redraw what is left. So for Jane, you're left with 6 units. And don't forget your 324. And City is left with 3 units. Okay. The question says, in the end, Jane had 441 more than City. So this difference must be equal to 441. Now you can look at model and compare units to units, whole number to whole number. Okay. So this is equal to 3 units, right? 6U minus 3U is 3U. So 3U, from the model, you can see that 3U is actually equal to 441 minus 324. There you go, is 117. 1 unit is 117 divided by 3. Answer is, 1 unit is 39. Now, but you get 1 unit with the question again. How many bits did Jane have at first? So you are talking about Jane, everything that Jane has, which is this one. Okay. So Jane has 8 units plus 432. Right? So 8 units will be 8 multiplied by 39 plus 432. Answer is 744. Okay. Any questions? This is in week 8 worksheet. Let's look at them. Question number 70. At a paint shop, there were some identical containers, 70%. Okay, percentage is like this. Every time you see percentage, you can change them to fraction. That'll give you, sorry. Wait. So 70% is 70 over 100.
The previous questions, okay, you mark what question you started at. The previous questions are between. Not that.
Aaron, can you mute yourself? Okay, so 710. You always change your percentage to not always. Recommended to change your percentage to fraction. It's easier to do. The remaining 120 containers were empty. The remaining will be 310, right? So 310 of the remaining 120 containers were empty. So these 120 containers must be referring to 310 of all the paint, all the containers the paint shop had. So 310 is referring to the 120 containers. Let's go for 110. 110 will be 120 divided by 3. So there are 110 refers to 40 containers. So the containers, the number of containers that is filled with paint is 710, right? That's given a question. 710. It says here 710 of the containers were completely filled with paint. So 710 will be 410, 40 times 7, and you get 280 containers. The question says the total volume of paint in the containers was 1,400 liters. So therefore, 280 containers is 1,400 liters. One container will be 1,400 liters divided by 280. So answer is 5 liters. Before I go on to the next question, right, I just want to tell you, because someone asked me this question, when should I use arrow and when should I use equal sign? Okay, let me show you. Arrow literally means equivalent to. Equal means equal. Okay. So when do you use arrow when you use equal? To use equal, your description must be clear. Example. In this question, right? 70% of the container were completely filled with paint. The remaining 120 containers were empty. So 30% of the containers were empty, right? If you write 310 of the containers, of containers is 120. That and use arrow, that is okay. But you cannot use equal. If you do equal, then you put yourself at risk of being wrong. If you want to put equal, you must put this. You must literally write this. 310 of the number of containers let's see, okay. Number of containers. Okay. Number of containers. Okay, maybe you want to do this equivalent to 310 of Maybe I didn't write it properly, but you have to be that detailed. Number of containers equivalent to 310 of in the shop. Number of containers equivalent to 310 of all the containers in the shop. You need to be that detailed. Example, of course, in order to put the word equal. So my recommendation is put arrow if you are not sure. Okay, so if you are not sure, put arrow. Don't put equal. And one of the most common mistake people make is 310 is equal to sorry, they say 10% is equal to 60, or maybe one. This is not wrong. Sometimes they say 1/4 of John is equal to 310 of Peter, and then this is okay. But if you 1/4 of John equal to 310 of Peter without putting the J and P, you'll be marked wrong. So you have to be very clear when you use the word, use the sign equal. So equal literally means it must be equal. Arrow means equivalent. So arrow is the safest. They cannot mark you wrong for using arrow. Okay, but they can possibly mark you wrong for using equal. Okay, let's continue. Question number 8. Jen and Grace took part in a race and both of them started running from the same point at the same time. After 35 minutes, Jen completed the race, but Grace had only 5/7 of the distance. Had only run 5/7 of distance. Given that both girls did not change their speed throughout the race, and that Jen ran at a constant speed of 36 meters per minute, faster than Grace. Okay, keyword faster than this is 36 meters per minute faster than Grace. Find Grace's average speed for the first 35 minutes. So let's draw a speed timeline. Okay. So this is where John starts. John, they start at the same point, and Grace. So obviously John is going to be faster, right? It says what? Jen completed the race after 35 minutes. So let's talk about what happens at 35 minutes. In 35 minutes. In 35 minutes, Jane will be here. Grace will be where? 5/7 of the distance, right? So somewhere here. Let's call this 5/7 distance. And this will be 2/7. Okay. And it says that every minute, Jen is going to run 36 meters more. So the difference in distance traveled in 1 minute. Arrow again, because I'm not clear in my description, 36 meters. Okay, the difference in distance every minute is 36 meters. Meaning every minute, Jen is going to run 36 meters more than Grace. So at the point of 35 minutes, at the 35th minute, Jen will have been how much ahead of Grace? 36 meters times 35, right? Jen will be 1,260 meters ahead of Grace, or 1,260 meters travel 1,260 meters more than Grace. So therefore, this has to be equal to 1,260 meters. So 2/7 of the journey is 1,260 meters. Let's go for 1/7. Natural thing to do, 260 divided by 2. you get 630 meter. The question asked, let me erase all these things first. Move this up a bit. Question asked, erase this. Find Grace's average speed for the first 35 minutes. So that's the question, Grace's average speed. So to find speed is total distance traveled by Grace divided by time taken by Grace. So I know the distance, so I already know the time. The time is 35 minutes. I just need to know what's the distance, right? So this will be 5/7 of the journey. So 5/7, 5 times 630 meter. That gives you 3150 meter. So speed will be total distance divided by total time. Answer is 90. 90 meter per minute. Okay, question number 9. Any question? Okay. One. Answer for question 7 is 5 liters. So let's continue. Hannah, question 7, the answer is 5 liters. Question number 9. The table below shows the number of plastic bottles collected by four classes for recycling. 6A, 6B, 6C, 6D, okay? We only do not know the value of 6D. Find the total number of plastic bottles 6A, 6B, 6C collected. So that's simple, just add up all these values, okay? Just remember. Yeah, all these, huh? So 6A is 11. 6B is 8M. 6C is 40 minus 3M. So remember what we teach you? You group all your algebra together, 8M, group them together. Don't forget to move the sign with the algebra. So move the sign with it. Don't just move 3M. Minus 3M, okay? Then group the whole numbers together. Now you solve 8M minus 3M, you get 5M. 11 plus 40 is 51. So answer is 5M plus 51. Now let's look at part B. The total number of plastic bottles collected by the 4 classes is 209. So all these is 209. They want to know the bottles collected by 6D. This is what they want to know, right? So 209 minus A, B, and C. A, B, and C is 5M plus 51, right? We calculated here. A, B, and C is 5M plus 51, and we know that M is 13. So 5M plus 51 is equal to 5 times 13, which is 5M, plus 51. And 5 times 13 is 65. Plus 51, we get 116. Okay, so this is 116. So the question mark will be 209 minus 116. Answer is 93. 6D. Bottles collected by 6D. Okay, let's continue with. Any see any question? Okay, let's continue with question number 8. Question number 10. Okay. So the pie chart below shows the number 10 $20, and $50. $100 tickets sold by a concert organizer. All right, half of the number of tickets sold were $10 tickets. So this half. 3/10 of the number of tickets sold were 20. So this 3/10. 15%. Let's convert the 15% to fraction. Remember what I said just now? Convert your percentage to fraction, easier to do. So let's do 15 over 100. Simplify. You should get divided by 5, 3, 20. Okay. Let me change this to 3/20. So this is 3/20. Let's make all of them into the same denominator, 20. So this is 10/20. This is equal to 6/20. All right. Now, what fraction of tickets sold were $100 tickets? That's super easy, right? You just whole number minus, so one whole minus the $10 ticket, which is 10/20 minus $20 tickets will be 6/20 minus the $50 tickets is 3/20. You will get 1/20. So that's the answer. Easy. Okay, so this is 1/20. All right. Okay, I'm going to move the. I'll do on the right side. Right side. Use a color pen. I'll do on the right side. Okay. A total of $10,810 was collected from the sale of all the tickets. How much was collected from the sale of $10 tickets? This is a quantity value question. So your quantity value will be like this. This is $10. You have $20. You have $50, and you have $100, right? And then you have quantity, value, total value. Quantity will be the fraction, right? So $10 is 10. $20 is 6. $50 is 3. $100 is 1. Okay. Value will be the value of the notes. So you multiply. Please show your multiplication. Don't just mentally calculate and then say, oh, 10 times $10 is $100. Not acceptable. Cannot do this. You must show 10 times $10, $100. Okay. This is 6 times $20, $120. I know sometimes your teacher will give it to you, but play safe. Okay, play safe. I know most teachers just give it to you. 6 times 20. They don't bother with 6 times 20. Let me 6 times 20. You need, please show it. Okay, just play safe. $120. Okay, then this is 3 times 150. No, 3 times 50, not 150. Let me clear this one. 3 times 50, 150. Then this is 1 times 100, $100. Okay, I just mark it for you. 100, 120. Okay, these are the values. Okay. So what does the quantity value table tells you? It tells you that the tickets are sold in groups like this. Each table, the table represents one group. So that's how the tickets are sold. So every time they sell one group at least, and each group has a value of 100 plus 120 plus 150 plus 100. So the value of one group is 470. 470. 470. Okay. So the concert organizer sold its tickets in groups of $470. Altogether, the concert organizer collected 10810. It's taken from here. And that is made up of how many groups? You divide by 470. You get 23. So we can say that the concert organizer sold 23 groups of tickets like this. 23 groups of tickets like this. 23. Okay. Now, question is, how much was collected from the sale of $10 tickets? So in every group, the concert organizer collected $100 from the $10 tickets. And it sold 23 groups. Therefore, the total amount collected from $10 tickets will be 23 groups multiplied by $10, which is the amount of $10 collected in each group. So total, the answer is 2300. This is a quantity value question. Okay. Question 11 is something you learned in primary 4. I hope you people got wrong now. Let me see if anybody got wrong for question 4. Question 11. Okay. Very good. Only 12% of you got wrong. So most of you got question 11 correct. That 12% who got wrong, you got to revise your primary 4 work, okay? This is a primary 4 question. This is a primary 4 question. I don't know how I get it wrong. Huh? This is a given form somewhere. This kind of question is like school, you know, in school, right? When they give you an exam paper, they will give you some question hoping you will get the marks because they don't want you to do badly. This is the kind of question. And it's 4 marks or more. Question number 11. So if you don't get this right, be worried. A money box contains some money at first. Half of the amount of money and 1,500 for the box. So this is the money, right? Half of the money plus another 1,500. Okay, so this is A took it, right? So this is A. So this is taken by A. Then this will be the remaining. Okay, remaining. Now, B came over and took 1/4 of the remaining. So I redraw the remaining into 4 parts because he took 1/4 of it, right? He don't just do 1/4. He took 1/4 plus another 850. 1/4 plus another 850. 850 is roughly, doesn't matter, okay? 1/4 is here. So that's if this 850, it doesn't really matter, okay? So this is taken by B. And then C took the rest, 1,004. So this is 1,004. Taken by C. So from the model, I can see that if I add 850 and 1,004, I get 2,250, which is 3 units of the remainder. So 2,250 divided by 3, I get 750, which is 1 unit of remainder. I times 4, I get the entire remainder. 3,000. So this is 3,000. Now, if I use 3,000 plus 150 plus this one, I get 4,500, which represent half of the money in the box. So the total amount of money in the box will be 4,500 times 2. since 4,500 is half of the money in the box. So the money in the box is $9,000. Okay. Do you notice something from compare this with the previous solution? Do you notice in this solution, I didn't put any unit like dollar sign or gram or meter? Okay, it's intentional. If you do not want to, if you do not to put sign, right, make sure all your workings here got no sign. If you want to put sign, make sure everything has sign. Example, I give you example. So in this question, in these statements, in all these statements, no sign. Good. But for some reason, okay, I feel uncomfortable, I'll put a sign here. Then make sure always got sign, You don't do this sign, don't do this, what, 3,000 got sign, then 4,500 got sign, there's 1,005 no sign. Okay, your teacher will not mark you wrong. I'm pretty sure your PSLE marker will not going to mark you wrong, but they can. They can mark you wrong, But I believe most teachers won't now. So anyway, just don't do it. But put yourself in a unnecessary disadvantage position. You never know the PSLE marker on that day in a bad mood. They see, hey, this boy never put a sign here. Okay, -1 mark, half a mark. And he got right to do it, So remember, if you want to put sign, make sure everything got sign. If you don't put sign, make sure everything no sign. Don't half sign, half no sign. Then you put yourself in a disadvantage position. The next question. Okay, got it. With this question, a lot of people got wrong. Let me see why. Sam wanted to fill an empty tank measuring 125 centimeter long and 80 centimeter wide with water. So this is just the base. Okay, 125 centimeter is the base length and 80 centimeter is the base width. He turned on tap A first, and after 3 minutes, he turned on tap B. Both taps were turned off at the same time. After 3 minutes, yeah, it's quite obvious. After 3 minutes, you can see the thing just go up. Right? After 3 minutes go up. Means why? Because 2 taps are turned on at the same time. Okay. The line graph shows the amount of water in the tank over 10 minutes. Actually, it's not the amount of water, it's the line graph shows the height. Not the amount. Okay. Amount I would say is volume, but it's a height. Question description a bit problem. So find the volume of the tank. So the tank, the question says that it's say what both taps were turned off at the same time when the tank was filled to the brim. So this is the point where they turn off. And then you draw this back. Let's see. This 80 and this 100, right? How many intervals are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 100 minus 80, you get 20. So the total value here is 20. And there are 4 intervals. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So each interval has a value of 5. Okay? Now, this line, this is where this is 80 plus 1 interval. So it is 80 plus 5, 85, right? So when the water reaches the brim of the tank, the water level is 85. So the volume of the tank will be the base of the tank, 125 multiplied by 80, multiplied by the height of the tank, which is 85. Okay, 80 plus 5. And the answer is 85, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. Please write your unit. Do not leave your answer like that. For measurement question, measurement means volume, mass, length. You must indicate your units. Because if I'm the marker, I'll ask a question that you cannot answer because you're away from me. 850,000, is it ml or liter? If it is liter, you'll be wrong. So you need to indicate the unit, okay? We remember, okay, cubic centimeter ml is the same, they are the same thing. Okay, so for measurement question, indicate the units. I know a lot of you don't write units on. Please write unit, especially measurement question. For example, however, why I highlight measurement question, because measurement question, you put a value inside, it can be anything, right? If in ml or cubic or liters, your answer is a huge lot of difference. 1 liter versus 1 ml is huge lot of difference. So other question, like for example, how many mangoes, how many beets? Okay, if you don't write the unit, it's fine. It's fine. But measurement question, you must write units. Let's look at question number 12B. I'm going to erase, move up, because 12B needs a lot of working. Maybe this one is smaller. Create this so that I have more space. Let me move this smaller. Okay, I have more space on the right side. You don't look at the screen. You can look at the screen, but for the question, you look at your paper. Okay. So in 1 minute, how many liters of water flow from tap B? Now, okay, let's look at tap A. Tap A is the first 3 minutes. First 3 minutes, right? It's until here. First 3 minutes. Okay. If you were to draw a line from here to here, it is there's 1, 2, 3 intervals. Each interval 5 centimeter, right? Remember I said that we calculated earlier. So for the first 3 minutes, let me use a different color pen. For first 3 minutes, A in 3 minutes. Water from tap A goes into the tank in 3 minutes. It raise the water level to 15 centimeter. All right. Meaning in 1 minute, tap A raise the water level by 15 centimeter divided by 3. 5 centimeter. Notice I put the unit, You notice I put a unit, right? Okay, you see how I do it. I put a unit and make sure everything is in units. Now, next. The question says that from the 3 minutes onwards, 2 taps will be flowing into the tank. And it continues from the 3rd minute or 3 minutes all the way to the 8th minute. So 2 taps have been flowing for how long? 8 minus 3 have been flowing for 5 minutes together. So I can say A plus B for 5 minutes, right? It raised the water level by how much? Over here, we calculated here is how much? This is 80. This was 85, right? And this is 15. So for 5 minutes, A and B raise the water level by 85 minus 15, 70 centimeter. Okay? in 1 minute, always do this. This is a standard thing you do. 1 minute. You get a meter mark. 70 centimeter divided by 5. You get 14 minutes. That's not 14 centimeter. So every minute, A and B raise the water level by 14 centimeter. We know earlier that every minute A raise the water by 5 centimeter. Therefore, if I use 14 centimeter minus 5 centimeter, I get 9 centimeter. This 9 centimeter is caused by A. So every minute, or caused by B, caused by B. So this is B, this is B. So every minute, B causes the water level to rise by 9 centimeter. A causes the water level to rise by 5 centimeter. Together, they causes the water level to rise by 14 centimeter every minute. Okay, so this is B. 9 centimeter is B. The question is, how many liters of water flow from tap B? So we know tap B only started from the 3rd minute, right? Wait, 1, 2, 5. In 1 minute, how many waters flow from tap? In 1 minute, how many? We got it. What? In 1 minute, how much water? Okay, so in 1 minute, how much water? So this is only the water level. So we need to multiply by the base area, right? So its base area is 125 length times 80 times 9. That's the water level that that rise in 1 minute. So answer is 9,000. So this cm, 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 cm cube. Okay. Answer is 90,000 cm cube. The question was in liter? No. Oh, how many liters? So convert to liters. So it's 90 liters. Be very careful when you're doing measurement question. All right. Units is very important. Are they asking your answer to be in liters or in cubic centimeter? Check. Okay, question number. Any question? If not, we'll go on to question number 13. Question 13 is also quite an easy question. You can do, we have done a lot of this kind of question 13. We teach you how to record them. And to do a revision, go to week 7. Okay? Week 7. Week 7, we have a lot of practices on question 13. Week 7, go read week 7. Now, so record this, week 7. Okay, check our work, week 7. Revise. Last year, the ratio of the number of men to number of women who signed up for a marathon was 5:4. So this last year. Men to woman is 5:4. Okay. Now, this year, the number of men who sign up for a marathon increased by 30%. Okay, 30% again, change to fraction. So men increased by 310. So that's the way you record 10 plus 3, 13. Okay, no question. This is something we do so many times. I mean, this is super familiar to you by now. Okay, woman decreased by 50%. So 50% is 50 over 100 is half. Decrease, woman minus half. So it's 2, take away 1, left 1. Okay, it says that a total of 4,913 men and women sign up this year. So this year is 4,913, which is men plus women. Men plus women. I put here, men plus women. So next step is look for common base. Okay, record data, look for common base. Common base where the beginning has to be the same, right? The beginning of man. Let's make it the same, times 2. So this and this is the same now. Beginning of woman, this 8. So let's make this 8 also, times 4. Okay, so it's 8. So common base done. Then look for value. This is the value. Value represent the man and woman in the end. In the end is 13 units for men, 4 units for women. So 13U plus 4U is equal to 17U. 17U is equal to 4913. 1U is equal to 4913 divided by 17. You get 289. So what's the question? What is the difference between the total number of people who sign up for the marathon in the 2 years? So they want to compare this with this, right? So let's find out how many men and women signed up last year, which is 10 unit plus 8 units, 18U, right? 18 multiplied by 289, I get 5202. This is the number of people last year. So the difference between the 2 years will be 5202 last year minus this year, 4913, 289. So this answer. Let me see how many people got this wrong. This is super easy. Question 13. Okay lah. Still quite disappointing. 35%. Okay lah. You shouldn't get this wrong. This is easy, Those who got this question, guys, week 8, week 7, please, week 7, very commonly tested, and and this technique is very useful and can solve a lot of questions. Okay, look at question number 14. Okay, question 14. Let's see how many got wrong again. Let me help. This is like super disappointing. 82% got wrong. I don't know why. Maybe is it because the shape looks like that? That's why you got frightened. Okay, let's look. I'll show you the answer. You got confused. Maybe I think you got confused, but the technique is the same. Okay, back to the basic one more time. In volume question, one of the most commonly tested volume question is they have 2 containers, and then they pour water from one container to the other container until they say, okay, the water level must be equal, or sometimes they say the water level of one container is twice the other container, or you can even say 2/3 of the other container. Then you ask question around that. So the story goes like this: 2 container, water pour from one container to another container. So this is what you do, right? This is how the question is set. It is so commonly tested. There can even be 3 containers. But the method to solve it is the same. Okay? Step number 1, remember, is to find out how much water are you dealing with. That's step number 1. And you get a method mark. How much water is there all together? The water can be A, can be in B, can be outside A and B. Okay? So the first thing you do is to find out how much water are there all together. Okay, so let's see. How much water are there all together? Tank A was filled to the brim. Okay, so let's find out how much water is in tank A. Okay, so when you look at tank A, it consists of 2 parts. The first part, right? This is the first part, the top, and then there's one at the bottom, right? Correct. So tank is very simple, just length and breadth and height. So let's look at the first part, the top part. The top part, okay, let's do the bottom part first. Bottom part is the easiest. Bottom part. Let's do, to find the bottom part, I need to know the height here. So this is just 46 minus 27. 46 minus 27. I get 19. So this is 19. So find the bottom part. Bottom part will be 45 times 12 times 19. 10260. Okay. Now let's talk the top. This part, this one. So this is 12. This has to be 12. Okay. So 12 times 20 times 27. 6480. So step one, the total volume of water you are dealing with will be 10260 plus 6480. 16740. When you get this, you get your method mark. 3 marks, you get 1 mark already. Got it? Step one, calculate the total amount of water you're dealing with. Step two, the quantity value table. Okay, so you got 2 tanks, A and B, right? Now you have quantity. Quantity will be the base area. Value will be the water level, call it height. Then total value will be the volume. Okay. Now let's populate the table. The base area of A is 45 times 12. The base area of B is 20 times 18. All right, let's calculate. I get 540. Hey, you notice I never put unit, right? Because too much work. So I just ignore. Don't put all the units. Height. Okay. Height is what the question wants in the end. The question wants that the height of both the container to be the same. So if they want it to be the same, you write 1, 1. If they want A to be 2/3 of B, you put 2 2/3 of B. You put A to be 2, B to be 3. They want A to be half of B, then A will be 1, B will be 2. All right. So height, I repeat, is what the question want in the end. Okay. Now I put that in. Next, you multiply 540 times 1. 360 times 1. Don't think this is a redundant step. It's important. You need to show people you know base area times height is volume. Okay. So you go 540 times 1. Okay. Now you got one group. So this is one group. What does one group means in the volume question? It means one pour, right? It means every time you pour 540 into A and 360 ml into B, or meter cube into B. That's one pour. Okay? The question says that you are going to transfer the water into A and B such that they are the same. Now imagine all this water is outside A and B. And then you're going to pour it back into A and B until they have equal height. The only way you can have equal height is every time you pour in this manner. Okay? 540 into A, 360 into B. So how many times can you pour until you empty out 16740? Just divide. Every time is 540 plus 360, right? So every pour or every group is 900. You go 16740 divided by 900, you get 18.6 group. Meaning you pour 18.6 times. Every time you pour, the water level goes up by 1 centimeter. 18.6 times, it goes up by 18.6 times 1 centimeter. So the water level will be 18.6 centimeter. That's the answer. Remember, it's so familiar. No? I remember I say this same story before, either lesson 1 or lesson 2. Please remember, 85% got this wrong. Unbelievable. Question number 16 or 15. Let's do 15. 15. Or 15 is tedious. The figure below shows a rectangle with 4 identical 3/4 circles the length and breadth of the rectangle is in the ratio of 13:10. Okay, this question is difficult, or tedious, a little bit difficult and very tedious. Okay, find the parameter of the figure. Okay, let's move this question up. Parameter, you need to use diameter. Take note. So let's call this, let's name this radius, okay? So the length of the rectangle, the length of rectangle is 2 radius plus 20, right? The breadth of the rectangle is 2 radius plus 14, okay? Now, if I compare the length and breadth, it says here, the length and breadth of the rectangle is in the ratio of 13:10, right? Length is to breadth is 13:10. Meaning, their difference is 3 units, right? If I compare this, the difference between length and breadth is actually, if I compare this statement and this statement, the difference is 20 minus 14. 6 centimeter. So 3 units must be equal to 6 centimeter. 1 unit is 6 divided by 3, 2 centimeter. Okay? So 1 is 2 centimeter. Do not confuse your 2 centimeter as a radius. This is a common mistake people make. Or they get 1 unit, and then suddenly they somehow they see 2 and then they link it to radius is 2 centimeter. Don't be careful. Radius is R. Unit is relating to the length of the measurements of length and breadth. Now, how much is the length of the rectangle? 13 units, So 13 times 2, 26. So this is the length of the rectangle. The breadth of rectangle is 10 times 2, 20. This is the breadth. Okay? Now, with this length and breadth, I can find the radius. Because if the length of the rectangle is 26, then I use 26 minus 20, I get 6. 6 divided by 2, I get 3. So the radius is 3 centimeter. So 3, 3, 3, 3. I write it down. You know why? You do that also because when you write down, you will not make mistake. You will not later look for figure and then copy the wrong number. What happened will be you didn't write it down. Later you copy 2 as radius. This could happen. So normally what I do is I write it down first because teacher Jason also quite a careless. Yeah, let's continue. So 3. Now, what's the question? Find the parameter of the figure. So the parameter of the figure consists of this thing. I call this 3/4 arc, right? To get that is very easy. I need to know the full circumference of the circle. Full circumference of circle is pi times diameter, right? Diameter is 6, 3 times 2. 3 times 2, I get 6. This is diameter of the circle. So the full circle with pi, pick the right pi, 3.14. 3.14 multiplied by diameter. That will be the full circle. But I only want 3/4 of it. So times 3/4. I get 14.13. Okay. There's 4 of them. So 14.13 times 4 plus 20, 20, 14, 14. Okay. 20 times 2 plus 14 times 2. Okay. Use your calculator. You should get 124.52. 124.52 centimeter. So this is part A. Okay, let's do part B. Find the area of the figure. The area of figure is area of rectangle plus 4 of these, right? Area of rectangle plus 4 of these. 4 3/4 circles. Area of rectangle is very simple. Length times breadth. 26 times 20. You get 520. Okay. Then the area of 3/4 circle will be 3/4 multiplied by pi times radius. You get 21.195. And since there are 4 of them, you multiply by 4, 21.195 times 4, 84.78. So the answer will be the 4 3/4 circle plus the rectangle. 520 plus 84.78. Answer is 604.78. 604.78 cm2. Make sure you put a square. Very tedious. Okay? But it's not difficult, right? Not even tricky at all. Question number 16. Well, 16 is a bit confusing, but not difficult. 16A already done for you. I believe because this question, I believe this question, the original question do not have this line on it. I believe the original question do not have this line. So you get a 1 mark free. Let's look at question number 16B. Okay, sorry. Assuming the original question do not have this line. I think the original question is like that. Then, yeah, if you're going to solve this question, please use a ruler. Okay, your ruler should go like that. Then you draw a line. Okay, you draw a line there. Okay. From this end, you start and end here. Do not, why I go to this extent, do not put your ruler like that, okay? Do not put like that, your ruler like that. Because then it may not be a straight line, Make sure your ruler extend all the way to this side. Okay? Now let's continue with question 16B. ABCD is a square. DEFG is a trapezium. So let's mark. Okay, this is, let me use this pen. So this is, okay, trapezium. But trapezium has 2 sides that are equal or parallel. AG and DH are straight lines. Okay, AG and DH are straight line. DG is parallel to EF. Okay, mark it. Now, find angle X. First, we will find angle DAG. Okay, let's find angle DAG. Okay, let's find angles that we know. So this is a square, right? This is a square, correct? A line that cuts, a diagonal that cuts through the one corner to the opposite corner of square will split the square into the angle here into equal angles. So 90 degrees divided by 2 is 45. Okay. So this 45, this will be equal to what? Let me clear this out. This will be equal to, this angle will be equal to 90 degrees minus 24 degrees. Sorry, 45 minus 24, not 45 degrees. This angle is 45 as well. 45 minus 24 is 21 degrees. Okay, I'm going to fill up as much angles I can fill, okay? 21 degree. Okay, now I can find this angle also. This angle in the triangle, right? So it's 180 degrees minus 45 degrees minus 56 degrees. I get 79 degree. They want angle X, right? Okay, now with this, I can also find this angle, right? Angle in a triangle. Which triangle am I talking about? I'm talking about this triangle. Wait, let me show you first. This triangle. Okay, angle in triangle is 180 degrees. So this is 90, yeah? So 180 degrees minus 90 degrees minus 79. Okay, 79 degrees. I get 11 degrees, which is this. Okay. Now find angle X. Okay, remember I was telling you there's two parallel lines. Angle inside a parallel line add up to 180 degrees. So this is angle X. This is like 62, and this is the 11 degrees, right? Okay, so angle X will be equal to 180 degrees minus 11 degrees minus 62 degrees. 107 degrees. So it's 107 degrees. Okay, that's part A. Now let's look at part B. Part B, find angle Y. Angle Y is also quite easy now. As long as you can find this angle, you can find Y because angle on a straight line. So this angle will be let's look at triangle. Let's focus on this triangle. Okay. So I can find this angle. 180 degrees minus 21 degrees minus 11 degrees minus 62 degrees. I'll get this angle. 21, 62, and 11, I get 86 degrees. So this 86 degrees. Now, Y will be angle on a straight line, 180 degrees minus 86 degrees. I get 94 degrees. So this is 94 degrees. In this. So if you do look at the angle question, apparently this question quite a lot of people got wrong. This question 16, let's see. 16. Oh no, you got wrong for part 1. Strange, huh? I was expecting you got most people get wrong on part B. B part 2. Just for your information, 59% got B part 1 wrong. 24% got B part 2 wrong. Okay. I would have expected most of you got part B, B part 2 wrong. Let's clear this. Okay, let's continue with the last question, pattern question. Okay, let's see how many people got wrong. 70% got the last question wrong. Okay, wait. 有没有搞错? There are people who got this wrong, no? Filling the table can get wrong 24%. 1/4 of you got wrong for filling the table. What? Hey, are you the whoever you who got this wrong for filling the table? Hey, you have to be seriously questioning yourself why you got this question part 17a wrong. How can you get this wrong? You just have to redraw this thing. You look 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next one, you draw 7. How can you get this wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one, you draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My God, you cannot get this wrong. Then you just spend a bit of time drawing this, you cannot get wrong. Right? I know it's 1 mark. If you cannot see the pattern, you better draw. Okay? The pattern is this. 1 times 2. This one, okay. This 2 times 3. 12 times, 3 times 4. 4 times 5. 5 times 6. Okay, if you didn't see this pattern, then you draw. If you draw, there's no way you get it wrong one. Okay? Don't be so generous. I don't think that 1 mark is nothing. 1 mark can potentially change you from one grade to another grade, and one AL to another AL. Okay, so draw it out. Number of circles. Let me clear this. Number of circles. Okay, now look. Remember, I told you by default, everything you do common difference. Obviously, this one common difference cannot. This one 4. This one 6. This one 8. This one 10. You cannot. It's not a common difference, but here is a common difference. Plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. So this plus 4 will be 22, right? They end up both together, 52. Okay. A figure in the pattern 240 triangles. So 240 must be equal to something times something, right? It has to be based on this pattern. Then what do? You use your calculator, try. 10 times 11 cannot do 12. 11 times 12, then do 12 times 13, then 13 times 14 until you get 240. If you know it's something times something give you 240, then just use a calculator, punch, you will finally get answer one. Okay? So it's 15 times 16. Nothing scientific about this. It's just manual calculator, just punch it out. You get answer, okay? So answer is 15. The first number, the small number is a figure number. Like for example, figure 1 is 1. Figure 1 is 1 times 2. Figure 2 is 2 times 3. So figure 15 is 15 times 15. So answer is figure 15. Okay. Now, part C. Okay. What is the total number of triangles and circles in figure 100? Let me see. Let me clear this. Okay. Clear this. Don't look at the figure anymore. So let's look at the number of triangles in figure 100. Figure 100 will be triangles in figure 100 will be 100 times 101, right? Based on this pattern. You get wait. I should put equal. I should put arrow. Okay, you get 10100. So this is triangle. Now let's look at the circles. Circles we say is plus 4, right? So intervals is 4, correct? So from figure 100, how many intervals are there? 100 minus 1. There are 99 intervals. Each interval is plus 4, right? So 99 times 4. This one should be super easy for you. 396. So altogether, you added 396 circles into 6. So altogether, number of circles in figure number 100 will be 396 plus 6. 402. So total number of circles and triangles will be 402 plus this. Okay. So is that all? Is that 18? Oh, there's no more 18. Okay. Any question? If you have no question, that's it. I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.